In this video, I'm revealing the exact 6-step system that Etsy sellers are using in 2025 to hit 1,000 sales. And this is without ads, without complicated funnels, and without waiting years. If you are tired of uploading listings and hearing crickets, then this video is for you. And these are not recycled, outdated tips from 2018. These are fresh, field-tested strategies pulled straight from shops that are scaling right now. And many of these shops are inside of my private coaching program. So let's dive in. Let's start with step number 1. And this is that most sellers are trying to figure out what product sells best, but it's really the customer identity that unlocks serious growth. The principle here is to pick a customer and not a product. Remember, you are not just selling a tumbler, you are selling a lifestyle to trendy moms or outdoorsy couples or dog lovers who have money to spend. So let's pull up an example. Wedding gifts for groomsmen. You will notice a pattern here. You'll see we have engraved items, drinking related items like glasses. You'll also see a lot of more rustic tones like browns and natural tones. And that is not random. These sellers know exactly who they're talking to. And you can see the revenue on these listings is $45,000 up to over $3 million. Before you even make your product, go ahead and ask, who am I selling to? I would love for you to comment below your target customer in just one sentence. I really want to see your ideas. The reason this is so important is because instead of starting with a customer, we always think, what should I sell on Etsy? But that is the wrong question. Instead, we want to ask, who should I sell to on Etsy? Who comes to Etsy who has cash to spend? I want to sell to those people who are consistently coming to Etsy and spending a lot, right? That is the type of customer you want to rely on for your personal income. And that is why this strategy of choosing a customer and not just picking a product and hoping someone wants it works so well. Now we'll move into step number 2, and this is leveraging warm organic traffic. Etsy SEO is amazing, but if you are relying on that alone, your growth will be much, much slower. Most shops right now rely on that alone. And that means this is just a way that you can compete on the platform and stand out in a saturated market. And in 2025, Facebook groups, Pinterest, even places like Craigslist, Nextdoor, and OfferUp are still gold mines for warm traffic. So let's pretend that you sell graduation gifts. Instead of only hoping that Etsy shows your listing in search results, go to class of 2025, class of 2026 groups on Facebook and share your photos. Get opinions. Do you like this or this? Share, I made this for my sister's graduation. Thought I'd share. It's so simple, yet most of your competition is not doing any of that. Now let's talk about Pinterest. With Pinterest, we are treating your listings like blog content. That means we're posting many variations per listing with seasonal titles and trending colors, and we're treating your listing page like a blog post. One of our listings drove over 122,000 visits just from Pinterest, and that was 64% of its traffic, and there were no ads involved. It's really worth it to drive those warm leads through external platforms and channels, not just relying on Etsy's algorithm, because that's what your competition's relying on, and we want to win. All right, now step number 3 is to build a dynamic product mix. Selling 40 of the same product is not a strategy. Building a shop that is full of mugs is not a strategy. Building a shop that is full of phone cases is not a strategy. What works in 2025 is a dynamic product mix. What does dynamic mean? It sounds like a buzzword. It means you have different listings that have different purposes. We want to have some listings where their purpose is just to get new people in the door. They're not going to drive your revenue. They're not going to drive profitability, but they're getting a ton of buyers and eyeballs in the shop. And then other listings, they are really increasing the lifetime value of your customer. They are driving up that LTV and the AOV, right? That is their purpose. Not every listing has the same purpose. We're not just chasing transactions. And I love using the example of a loss leader. A loss leader is a low price point product. It's low margin. You're not losing money on it, but maybe you're making like $1 per transaction. So have a dynamic product mix. We are not one shop, one product anymore. That strategy is totally 2020. All right, now let's go to step number 4. This is to dominate with Longtail SEO. And I'll say it here. This is the year that Etsy will reward you for being more specific. Cut out all these short tail keywords that we stuff together and instead lean into long tail keywords, which are 3 or more words that create a complete phrase. For example, stop naming your item wedding invitation. Instead, we want to use long tail keywords like editable, boho, wedding, invite, template, printable, because you're combining a couple of long tail keywords here. One long tail keyword is editable boho wedding invite. And then you're also getting wedding invite template printable. So you're getting two sets of long tail keywords by overlapping them, and you're sharing wedding invite with each one. So that maximizes the number of unique long tail keywords. Now, if you're like, I don't know, how many long tail keywords should I be using? Here's a good framework. On average, you want to have 8 unique sets of long tail keywords per title. So what you want to do is go to your shop. You can export all of your listings. You can go ahead and honestly, you could just put them in ChatGPT and you can ask how many unique sets of long tail keywords are we using in the titles of my listings? And you want to take 8 times the number of listings you have, and that should be how many unique sets of long tail keywords you have. And if you need help with that, just reach out. We help people with this type of thing every day. So in 2025, you're probably going to want at least 50 listings long term, and you'll want unique long tail keywords. So at least 8 per listing. And that's really how you win on page 1. Now we're going to jump into step number 5, which is to match your photos to Pinterest aesthetics. Remember, photos sell products, but Pinterest style photos build brands. And here's what that means. Soft backgrounds, bright lighting, heavy shadowing, mock-ups in real spaces. And when it comes to props, sometimes less is more. When you are creating a mock-up, I want you to think furniture, not accessories, meaning maybe you have some levels in the mock-up, maybe you have some surfaces, different textures. And this is really how to build a brand with your Etsy shop by leveraging that Pinterest aesthetic. Let's pull up a few listings here. Mom gift. We're going to sort by newest. Listing A here. This is a hand-painted dog lover frame insert. Listing B is a plain white background with a bag. And listing C is a set of personalized set of matches. So which one would you save on Pinterest? Would you save this one, or this one? That is your answer. Make sure that your photos look like they belong on a curated Pinterest board. If you feel like Anthropologie would not put your photo on their website or even on their Pinterest board, we need to revisit your photo strategy. Now, step number 6 is to launch your shop with plenty of loss leaders. We talked a little bit about loss leaders earlier, but now I'm going to talk about the importance of them in the early stages of your shop. Remember that your first 10 sales matter way more than your first 10 listings. It really doesn't matter what you sell to make those 10 sales happen. We just need to get the 10 sales in your shop. And in 2025, this strategy works better than ever. Sellers who are very successful and grow very quickly are front loading and launching with loss leaders. And these are low price point, high value listings meant to build momentum. So here's some examples of loss leaders for your shop. Let me know if any of these sound interesting. $2.99 budget planners, high utility, it helps someone save time and make money. $4.99 wall art pack. Make sure it's more valuable than the competition. So if the competitor has a set of 12, have a set of 24. A $6 Canva template that's editable. Just make sure you are really packing them with value and that the design aesthetic is really elevated. So the key here with loss leaders is they are meant to build momentum, and then we'll focus on revenue and pricing later, because if you can't get those first 10 sales, you're not even in the game yet. So I would love to hear what your biggest takeaway was. Definitely drop it in the comments. And if you liked the video, please subscribe so I know you enjoyed it. And if you feel like, oh, I wish they could give me some personalized guidance for my shop, feel free to book a call with us and we can take you through more information on what our private coaching looks like. And if you are just craving more information and strategy, I'm going to go ahead and link my next video, which is my best video on driving traffic through Pinterest. And it's completely free traffic. You're going to love it. Go check it out.